Namaskaram, my name is Ramesh Natarajan and you have reached the GRD Iyers GuruCool YouTube channel. We are an inclusive team and we especially encourage ladies to chant and that to Vedas. Dear friends, we are learning Durga Saptashati and we are just about to complete DEVI KAVACHam. We have been teaching Durga Saptashati, Rudram, etc. for several years. This year, Durga Saptashati is being taught along with detailed explanations, and you can avail these videos on our GRD Iyers YouTube channel, GuruCool YouTube channel. And in the About section, you'll find details on how you can join our global family. So let's start with the prayer. Om Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum Shashivaranam Chaturbhujam Prasanna ध्यायेत् Sarva Vignopashantaye Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Let me share my screen and then I'll request Karthik ji to join me.
Namaskaram, Guruji.
Namaskaram. Can you see my screen?
Yes, Guruji.
Manonatir bhavet rajñas
Manonnatirbhavedradnyas Manonnatirbhavedradnyas
tejo vridhikaram param.
Tejo vridhikaram param Tejo vridhikaram param
Manonatir bhavet rajñas tejo vridhikaram param.
Manonnatirbhavedradnystejo vridhikaram param Manonnatirbhavedradnystejo vridhikaram param.
Sorry, I muted myself. Yashasa vardhate sopi.
Yashasa vardhate sopi Yashasa vardhate sopi
Kirtimandita bhutale.
Kirtimandita bhutale
Yashasa vardhate sopi kirtimandita bhutale.
Yashasa vardhate sopi kirtimandita bhutale Yashasa vardhate sopi kirtimandita bhutale
Manonatir bhavet rajñastejo vridhikaram param. Yashasa vardhate sopi kirtimandita bhutale. 4 times.
Manonnatirbhavedradnystejo vridhikaram param Yashasa vardhate sopi kirtimandita bhutale Manonnatirbhavedradnystejo vridhikaram param Yashasa vardhate sopi kirtimandita bhutale
Sorry, go ahead.
Manonnatirbhavedradnystejo vridhikaram param Yashasa vardhate sopi kirtimandita bhutale Manonnatirbhavedradnystejo vridhikaram param Yashasa vardhate sopi te kirtimandita bhutale.
Once again, Ragnyas. Are you holding the is or not?
Yes, Guruji. Radnyas.
The is not that audible though, okay?
Okay, Guruji. I can try
almost the S is not audible. You don't have to like push it, but it's not. I couldn't. Uh, okay, let me
Can
check whether I'm hard of hearing. Pavanaji, did you listen?
Guruji, I was also repeating the same thing, Guruji.
Okay. Then I'm okay then. Okay, so I don't have to go for the ear test. Okay, so hold the is, okay?
Guruji, you want me to try one more time?
I know you will do it. So you have 2 more times to do, right?
No, I finished all 4 times, Guruji.
All 4. Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, you can do once.
Okay. मानोन्नतिर्भवेद्राज्ञस्तेजो वृद्धिकरं परम् यशसा वर्धते सोऽपि कीर्तिमण्डितभूतले.
Very good. One thing I want to point out all of you, not that you don't know about it, but I have to keep on stressing. The timing aspect of Dirgham withholding has to be consistent across the board. For example, known, Ved, Rag, time has to be same. Similarly, ending Ram, Nam, Bham, the timing has to be same. Similarly, where there is a Hrasvam withholding, Tir, Vrid, Vard, Man, Mano, Natir, Bhavet, Natir, the rolling on the slightly so that you show that you're holding it. Bhavet, Ragnyas, Tejo, Vridhi. The Tir, Vrid, the timing of holding the ir and the timing of holding of the id should be same. Then karam, ram, you have to extend a little to show that you are holding the ram. Similarly, vardhate, yashasa vardhate. So isolate mano natir vardhate sopi mandita vridhi karam param ram param. So very subtle. The hasma withholding timing has to be same. Dirgham withholding timing has to be same, and the ending Dirgham Bhutale Pura Pautriki or the im Ram Nam Bham has to be same or ending Visargam Dataha. So after learning everything, you have to go back and look at the finishes separately and practice it separately if you want to really excel in chanting. And then once you really know the verse very well, stop. Don't think you know everything. Go and really focus on the details. Once you master one particular chant, the other chants will be so easy. You don't have to spend much time on them because it will come automatically. I just wanted to stress this because what people usually do, they spend time on everything, jack of all trades or Jill of all trades, or Radha of all trades, or Sham of all trades, and master of nothing. I know this, I know that, I know that, I know this. Only they know that. So it can't impress the people who know. One thing you take and know it threadbare, you take the same culture, approach, dedication, technical approach to everything you learn. So I can't stress that enough. Okay, so continuing with Mr. Karthik for the next shloka. Japet saptashatim chandim.
जपेत् सप्तशतीं चण्डीम् जपेत् सप्तशतीं चण्डीम्
कृत्वा तु कवचं पुरा.
कृत्वा तु कवचं पुरा कृत्वा तु कवचं पुरा
जपेत् सप्तशतीं चण्डीं कृत्वा तु कवचं पुरा.
जपेत् सप्तशतीं चण्डीं कृत्वा तु कवचं पुरा जपेत् सप्तशतीं चण्डीं कृत्वा तु कवचं पुरा.
यावत् भूमण्डलं धत्ते
यावद्भूमण्डलं धत्ते यावद्भूमण्डलं धत्ते
सशैलवनकाननम्
सशैलवनकाननम् सशैलवनकाननम्
यावत् भूमण्डलं धत्ते सशैलवनकाननम्
यावद्भूमण्डलं धत्ते सशैलवनकाननम् यावद्भूमण्डलं धत्ते सशैलवनकाननम्
जपेत् सप्तशतीं चण्डीं कृत्वा तु कवचं पुरा यावत् भूमण्डलं धत्ते सशैलवनकाननम् 4 times.
जपेत् सप्तशतीं चण्डीं कृत्वा तु कवचं पुरा यावद्भूमण्डलं धत्ते सशैलवनकाननम् जपेत् सप्तशतीं चण्डीं कृत्वा तु कवचं पुरा यावद्भूमण्डलं धत्ते सशैलवनकाननम् जपेत् सप्तशतीं चण्डीं कृत्वा तु कवचं पुरा यावद्भूमण्डलं धत्ते सशैलवनकाननम् जपेत् सप्तशतीं चण्डीं कृत्वा तु कवचं पुरा यावद्भूमण्डलं धत्ते सशैलवनकाननम्.
Thank you, Karthik ji. Well done.
Thank you, Guruji.
I'll request Pavana Meenakshi ji to join me for 50.
Namaskaram.
Namaskaram. Tavat तिष्ठति मेदिन्याम्
तावत् तिष्ठति मेदिन्याम् तावत् तिष्ठति मेदिन्याम्
सन्ततिः पुत्रपौत्रिकी
सन्ततिः पुत्रपौत्रिकी सन्ततिः पौत्रपौत्रिकी.
So I forgot to put the dirgham with holding purple crown paut. Paut, please mark it also as dirgham with holding. And the visargam sound after santati, visargam will be santatif. Visargam followed by pa will become if. Tavat tisthati medinyam santatif putra pautriki.
तावत् तिष्ठति मेदिन्याम् सन्ततिः पुत्रपौत्रिकी तावत् तिष्ठति मेदिन्याम् सन्ततिः पुत्रपौत्रिकी.
देहान्ते परमं स्थानम्
देहान्ते परमं स्थानम् देहान्ते परमं स्थानम्
यत्सुरैरपि दुर्लभम्
यत्सुरैरपि दुर्लभम् यत्सुरैरपि दुर्लभम्.
देहान्ते परमं स्थानं यत्सुरैरपि दुर्लभम्
देहान्ते परमं स्थानं यत्सुरैरपि दुर्लभम् देहान्ते परमं स्थानं यत्सुरैरपि दुर्लभम्.
So if you have been noticing, I have not been using Anuswaram so much. Karthik ji was using a little bit of Anuswaram. I was not using. But if you do want to use Dehante Paramam Sthanai Yat Surairapi, if you use the Anuswaram, okay? Tavat Tisthati Medinyam Santatif Putrapautriki Dehante Paramam Sthanam Yatsurayrapi Durlabham. 4 times.
तावत्तिष्ठति मेदिन्यां सन्ततिः पुत्रपौत्रिकी देहान्ते परमं स्थानं यत्सुरैरपि दुर्लभम् तावत्तिष्ठति मेदिन्यां सन्ततिः पुत्रपौत्रिकी देहान्ते परमं स्थानं यत्सुरैरपि दुर्लभम् तावत्तिष्ठति मेदिन्यां सन्ततिः पुत्रपौत्रिकी देहान्ते परमं स्थानं यत्सुरैरपि दुर्लभम् तावत्तिष्ठति मेदिन्यां सन्ततिः पुत्रपौत्रिकी देहान्ते परमं स्थानं यत्सुरैरपि दुर्लभम्
प्राप्नोति पुरुषो नित्यम्
प्राप्नोति पुरुषो नित्यम् प्राप्नोति पुरुषो नित्यम्
महामाया प्रसादतः
महामाया प्रसादतः महामाया प्रसादतः
இந்த யா தீர்க்கம் வந்து கொஞ்சம் எக்ஸ்டெண்ட் பண்ணணும். Prapno, the amount of time is spent on prap, we have to spend on yap. In fact, this Maya Prasadataha is one of the most common place where the Dirgham with holding is missed, because when people see the word Maya, oh, I know Maya, they forget. You have to just look at the syllable and the succeeding syllable to see if there is a connection. Ya, yes, ya, you know Maya, no problem. But ya is followed by ip, so yap, Dirgham with holding is there. Prapnoti purusho nityam mahamaya prasadataha.
प्राप्नोति पुरुषो नित्यं महामाया प्रसादतः प्राप्नोति पुरुषो नित्यं महामाया प्रसादतः
Two more times.
प्राप्नोति पुरुषो नित्यं महामाया प्रसादतः प्राप्नोति पुरुषो नित्यं महामाया प्रसादतः
Thank you so much, Pavana Meenakshi ji. Yes, Anuji, you have a question?
Yes, Guruji. So, Guruji, in this Dehante Paramam Sthanam, right? When that Paramam is coming, actually, should we say it as Paramam Sthanam or Paramasthanam? I mean,
No, no.
just for.
In fact, if you notice very carefully how Pavana Meenakshi ji chanted it, because there is a double hold, paramam, im, and half sa of stha, she lingered a little bit more on what she did was dehante paramam sthanam paramams, because im and is, there are two holdings.
Correct.
So technically, she was holding it like with a little bit of extra emphasis, because there are two double holds, two half holds, right? Paramam, im,
Correct.
and is. So by listening, it might sound like a stutter, or it might sound like a little odd in terms of timing. For example, if you say dehante paramam sthanam, it sounds a little bit more of a flow, which is normally the way it is chanted. But technically, if you see the im and dis, there are two holds, so there is a little bit of double pause there. Paramam sthanam. So she was correct technically. So
Okay.
there is a hold in both places. It is not like paramasthanam, no. Paramam
Okay, Guruji.
sthanam.
Okay. Thank you, Guruji.
Yeah. Very good. So, dear friends, so let us take a look at what is the meaning of these verses. Manon natir bhaved ragnyas tejo vridhikaram param yashasa vardhate sopi kirti mandita bhutale. Honor and humility arise in him or her. His or her, that is the devotee's royal dignity and divine brilliance increase greatly. His or her fame grows. He or she becomes adorned with glory throughout the earth. So this is the literal meaning. Before we go into further depth, let us remind ourselves once again, why are we reciting Devi Kavacham and what is the significance of reciting Devi Kavacham. The very literal interpretation of Devi Kavacham, and I will not say that is wrong. We cannot say it is wrong. There is always an external meaning and an internal meaning. The external meaning is as good and as valuable. I am no way saying that no, don't look at the external meaning, look at only the internal meaning. Not at all. We always have to start with the external, then only go internal. First, we have to start with doing puja outside before we can think of moving the attention inside. It's not easy. First, focus on one thing, right? First, focus on one thing. Start with the outside, which is easy. Then you can focus on the inside. So, Devi Kavacham is primarily chanted because it talks about giving our physical body protection. All the different parts of the body are protected by Devi. In fact, different Devis have been delegated with responsibility of protecting different parts of the body. The inner meaning is, why take care of the body so much? At a physical level, people might say, of course, I have to take care of my body, I have to take care of my family, I have to take care of my parents, I have to take care of my wife, I have to take care of my children. Absolutely. No doubt about it. Or even selfishly, I have a good body, why should I not maintain it? I want it to be looked after. Nothing wrong at all. At least you're chanting Devi Kavacham with that end in mind. So it is laudable. But the inner meaning is, what for this body beyond this samsaram? When you say, I want to look after my parents, I want to look after my family, that is samsaram related. And by no means that is a very lowly thing. Doing family duty is very, 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 very important. That is number one. So for that, if you're looking after the body well, very good. Now, after that, what? So even if you look at the 4 stages of life, you have brahmacharya, celibate life when one is young. Then you have grihastha life, a married life, samsaric life. Then you have vanaprastha, when the husband and wife or the two partners, they spend time as friends. There is no more a physical relationship, and they visited different places, they wandered together. And finally, there is sannyasam, when both kind of separate and go their own ways and totally dedicate themselves for anugraham. So the preparation for that anugraham need not start only when one is in sannyasam or in that frame of mind. One has to prepare for that. Not for sannyasam, I am saying generally, but a frame of mind to start understanding the purpose of this body. The purpose of this body is that it's a magnificent tool, and if the faculties of the body are used and directed properly, just like in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna controls the 5 horses. The 5 horses represent the 5 senses. So if you look after the body and we control the body and utilize the body and mind towards spiritual purposes, then the goal of moksha will be well served. That is the very broad summary, that the body is a temple. Inside the temple, in the heart, Devi resides. We have to take care of the temple, our body, and we have to understand that this body is a fantastic tool made available to us for the divine. Among all the janmas, getting the birth of a human being is the most difficult. But we get a grand opportunity to utilize this body for getting moksham. Those who don't understand this utilize this body for samsarika life, for getting pleasures. Very simple example. Suppose you get a piece of paper. You can make a paper boat with it and put it on a stream of water. That is the maximum use you know of a piece of paper. Another person will take the piece of paper and write a poetry on it, will write a wonderful message on it. Depends on what is given to you and what you use it for. Making a paper boat and putting it in the water is also very pleasurable. All of us have done that. But once you know the skill of writing and that paper reaches so many people that it can benefit, that's of a higher use. It's just a small example. So with that as the background, we went through great details. So 1 line, 2 line summary of Devi Kavacham, you should be very clear. Instead of trying to, remembering every single part of the body, which Devi is protecting and whatnot. And then somebody will tell you, this particular Devi, if this particular mantra is so powerful, and if you chant it, Devi will come in your... So there's a particular group who get enamored with those kind of approaches, fascinated with all of that. We have to rise above that and understand the true purpose of all of this. Then you won't get excited by all that part of the narrative. So here, for the first shloka, honor and humility arise in the devotee, and the devotee's royal dignity and divine brilliance increases, and his or her fame grows, and he or she becomes adorned with glory. Now let us look at each of the words. Honor. At a physical level, honor is equated with pride. Is that the real meaning here? Humility. So where pride is there, how can humility be there? So definitely the meaning of honor is not what we are thinking. Then how does honor and humility go together? What arises in that devotee's mind or thought once the devotee realizes this body, the purpose of this body, and who am I? I am an atom of this entire universe. I am the Pindandam. And that universe is the Brahmandam. In every particle, atom of this Brahmandam is occupied by the divine Devi. If every single particle atom is occupied by Devi, I am an atom also. I am also occupied by Devi. Once you start feeling that who am I, there is a sense of great tranquility, a sense of great self-respect, a sense of great fulfillment. There is a saying that Devi Upasakas should carry themselves with lot of pride. This is unique to Devi Upasakas. It has been said like this. So generally, Devi Upasakas will dress well, carry themselves well, because they feel, or rather they want to project the Devi in them. So there is a little bit of outer show, no doubt about it. But the outer show should also be accompanied by the inner light. Because whenever you see a Devi Murti, all of you have to answer honestly. Whenever you see a Devi Murti, though Devi might be adorned with beautiful jewels, beautiful dresses, what is it that strikes you the most? It is a light on the face. It is a light on the face and not the other way around. Not the other way around. Okay, so that feeling of pride, that of the realization that hina bhavam, who am I? I'm not being respected. Nobody is looking at me. Nobody is praising me. Why this lousy life I'm living? And then suddenly you realize you are nothing but Devi, born with a particular purpose in this life. And from that arises a feeling of well-being. So the Bhuta Shuddhi was taught to all of you. In that, you would have seen the meaning of Bhuta Shuddhi, where there is a self-destruction imagined and a new body created. That is for creating this feeling that I am Devi. And why humility? That realization will cause humility. When you see everything around you looks different but is nothing but Devi in another form, the sense of humility will come in. You might think I'm a millionaire, I have a big house, I have 3 cars, I have this and that. But the spiritual elevation that comes, and suddenly you realize that everyone around you is nothing but Devi in another form and with a divine purpose in their lives, and you have been given a divine purpose. And what is that? Is it to buy another house? Is it to buy another car, or to do something with all that wealth? When that kind of a thinking arises in you, humility will arise. Humility will also arise when you know that the body is not permanent, body is temporary. Whatever you are spending time on, whatever you are spending most of your time on, once you realize that those things are not going to last forever, humility will sink in. And royal dignity. Now, what is royal dignity? It's the way you carry yourself. I am Devi. How does Devi behave? How does Devi walk? How does Devi talk? How does Devi... It's not only the outer style of the way we think Devi will walk, Devi will talk, but the compassion that she has, the generosity that she has, the kindness she has, the bravery she has, the unwavering love for her devotees that she has. We have to mimic that also. And when we do that, the divine brilliance, that is the Tejas. When does Tejas happen? Again, I've explained this many times. If there is a bright light, like night lamp that you have besides your bed, if you take a towel or a dark cloth and put on top of that light, you cannot see the light coming through. But you remove the towel and you'll see the light coming through. Does it mean the light was never there? Light was always there. Light could not be seen because you put the dark towel over it. So here the dark towel is nothing but the negative qualities that cover the inner light. There is the inner light inside you, Tejas. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya have enveloped it in darkness. For example, in front of you, say there is a divine Kailash. It has happened to me in Kailash. I'm telling you a real story now. So we were in Kailash. In front of us is Kailash. We are riding the horses or mounting the horses to ride. And there is one couple there from US, loaded with money. They were doctors. Loaded with money. They don't know how to talk the local language of the tribals who are having the horses. And they're bargaining with them. These guys are millionaires in the US. In front of them is Kailash. Instead of looking at Kailash, they are bargaining with the 2 poor tribal people whose only income is during the 6 months of Kailash Yatra for saving a few dollars. And then I saw one of them get a phone. Their father is not well. please rush. Then and there, when we started our Kailash Yatra, they had to dismount the horse and find their way back to the airport to see their ailing father. You see, front of them was Kailash, but they could see only the money. With eyes, but blind. This is what we see in our lives, right? People with eyes, but blind. People with ears, but deaf. Or hearing it the wrong things, right? Seeing the wrong things. Spiritually blind, spiritually deaf, spiritually mute, spiritually everything. I don't have to underline for you. You understand what I'm saying. So when those negative qualities are gone and the towel is removed, the inner light will come out. And that is what they say, tejas on the face. I'm not talking about physical beauty. I'm talking about a light on the face, because you are nothing but a light surrounded by flesh, bones, etc. But this brilliant light will pierce through and shine on the face. When the negative qualities are minimized, and that creates the aura. And that's when you feel drawn to somebody for no reason. For no reason, you feel drawn to that person. That is the magic of the spiritual aura. That's the divine brilliance increases greatly, because that body, that each and every inch of the body that is protected by Devi, and if you employ that body for spiritual purposes, then all the negative qualities are gone and the light will shine forth. It is as simple as that. His or her fame grows. If there is a flower with a nice perfume, you don't have to put an advertisement banner for the bees. The bees will gather. The bees will gather. So the moment your aura builds, it will start attracting people. The greatest of all spiritual people have never ever bothered to collect people or followers. They have gathered. Whether it is Tulsidas, whether it is Surdas, whether it is Mirabai. I'm talking about all those on the Bhakti Marga. Also on the Advaita Marga, Adi Shankaracharya, and there are so many others who just attracted through their immense radiance. That's how their fame grew. That this fame does not yield money. But the kings and the emperors will fall at your feet. Over the period of history, how many kings do you remember? And what do you remember them for? Now, very careful. Now, do an introspect. You don't have to answer me. You will either remember them for cruelty, or you will remember them conquering vast territories. But most you will remember for the famous ones, you'll remember for their bravery, for the way they handled their people, for their patronage of art and culture and poetry. Just spend a few minutes on that. And how many other kings have come and gone? Nobody even remembers them. How many millionaires and billionaires and trillionaires have come and gone? Nobody remembers them. The Kohinoor diamond has been owned by how many people in history? Nobody can hold on. All these things are like sand through the hand. There is a very famous poem sung by Jagjit Singh. I'm not sure I remember the exact verse, but some of you may remember it and you can maybe recount it for me. It is like the wind that blew away the writing on the sand. That, I was writing on the sand, and as the wind blew it away, I was asking me, what did you write? It's a very beautiful piece of poetry. I'm writing something on the sand and the wind is blowing it, at the same time asking with sarcasm, what did you write? So anything that we are trying to do in this life that is of material in nature is like writing on sand. Or if you try to hold sand in the hand, it will not stay. The harder you try to hold on, the faster it will go. So that's also you would have seen. Okay. So this fame that we're talking about is the fruits of sadhana. You don't run after it. Less like in chanting, we say speed is a byproduct of practice. Here, we also have to say this fame is a byproduct of your spiritual sadhana. That's it. You're not seeking it. It is a byproduct. And she becomes adorned with glory. Glory means what? I look upon this only as being remembered. Being remembered and having people follow that path. There are many people who argue, why are great people born? If they should have received moksha, why are they born? This is an argument. Oh, why do you call such and such person a saint? He should have had moksha. Why are they born? They should have done some papa. That's why they are born. It doesn't work like that. Some are born just with the sole purpose as a messenger of the divine to show you the path. That's it. Their only role is to show you the path. They have no other role. Now, next one is Japet Saptashatim Chandim Kritva tu Kavacham Pura Yavat Bhu Mandalam Dhatte Sashaila Vanakaranam. Having first recited this Devi Kavacham, first reciting Devi Kavacham, then you chant Durga Saptashati. The devotees' prosperity, family, and fame shall endure, will last as long as the earth with its mountains and forests exists. So the Kavacham, we know, we recite for the purpose of employing this body for spiritual purposes. And having preserved this body, we employ it for the recitation of Durga Saptashati, which the great Bhaskar Raya has said is equal to recitation of the 4 Vedas. 700 shlokas is equal to 4 Vedas. Do you know how big the Vedas are? Saptashati takes you 2.5 hours to chant, whereas the Vedas will take you, first of all, you have to learn the Vedas, okay? Learning one Rudram 11 minutes takes you 8 months. Correct? So think of learning entire Veda, that too 4 Vedas. All of that is encapsulated in Durga Saptashati. That is the power of this Durga Saptashati. Don't take it lightly. Very, very powerful. So when you preserve this body and employ it for the recitation of Durga Saptashati and doing sadhana with it, the devotee's prosperity, family and fame. Prosperity. Again, what kind of prosperity is it talking about? Surely the material prosperity is guaranteed, because Devi Vakyam cannot be wrong. Bhukti Mukti Pradayini. Devi is called Bhukti Mukti Pradayini. Not only Mukti, she gives Bhukti also enjoyment. But the beauty is she gives enjoyment without attachment. That's one of the beauty of Devi worship, that you will not deny any samsaric pleasures, but you will not be attached to them. or be a slave to them. So prosperity, prospering spiritually, family, define a family. All of you know in GuruCool, I say GuruCool, GRD Iyers GuruCool, global family. By family, am I talking about my brother, my sister, my physical, my blood brother, my blood sister, my blood child? No. I've expanded the term to include all those who are joining purely for learning Vedas, Durga Saptashati, and improving spiritually. So I've tried to create with divine grace a family, global family connected with a similar vision and goal. And to some great extent, I've been blessed with success also in it, because all of you are there. Without you, GuruCool would not be there. This global family would not be there. So here I want to tell you an important thing about Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. So it is said that Sarada Devi was very, very sad, and Ramakrishna Paramahamsa asked her, "Why are you so sad?" She said, "We don't have children." And he laughed. And soon his disciples grew, and everywhere she was called Ma, 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 Ma. So she was surrounded by the sound of Ma. Whereas there are other families having women, ladies having children are no longer even around them to call them Ma. And today, Sharda Mata is called, her image is there everywhere, where Ramakrishna is there. And even till today, she is being called Ma. So that is the concept of family that I see here, because as you see yourself as a light, and then you see others also as a light. The way I see light. Some I see burning very brightly, some I see having a little flicker, trying to grow. Some I see growing a little, and then, sometimes the oil is going down and dipping down a little, and I see different lights, right? And all lights are connected. And with one light, we light another light. That's how this is the way I understand this term family here. And fame, already I talked about fame. If there is a flower with a nice perfume, the bees will gather. You don't have to put up a advertisement board for them. And will endure as long as the earth with its mountains and forests exists. What is the significance of this term? Earth with its mountains and forests. Sarvam Devi Mayam Jagate. Namo Devyai Mahadevyai Shivayai Satatan Namaha. Namah Prakrityai Bhadraye Niyatav Pranatas Matam. Namah Prakrityai. Prakriti, nature. Namah Prakriti. Namaste to nature. Nature is equal to Devi. Sarvam Devi Mayam Jagate. Everything I see around me, or everything I feel around me, everything I sense around me, everything I smell around me, everything I touch around me, everything I feel around me is Devi, but in another form. That is Vimarsham. Prakasham is only the light. When that light takes different namams and rupams, it takes on different shapes. Namam, different names, and rupam, different shapes. When the time for pralayam comes, right, none of these namas and rupas will remain. They'll all be withdrawn inside by the divine. And then only silence will exist. All of you know the concept of pralayam, right? It's a complete reboot. In IT terms, it's a complete reboot, for a new version of the universe to come, right? So, till that happens, till Pralayam happens, you will be talked about, because you will be an example. You'll be, even after your time, your name will be a light that will show the path for millions. Is that not true for Adi Shankaracharya? Is that not true for Bhaskara Raya? Is that not true for Ramanuja? Is that not true for Vivekananda? Is it not true for Ramakrishna Paramahamsa? Whoever is your favorite spiritual person, think about it. Are they not still living a light and showing the path? So the meaning of this, as long as the earth with its mountains and forests exists, means till Pralayam comes, your name will be there. Tavat tisthati medinyam santatif putra pautriki dehante paramam sthanam yat surairapi durlabham. His or her lineage of sons and grandsons shall flourish upon the earth, and after leaving the body, he or she attains the supreme abode, which is rare even for the gods. Lineage. How many people boast of lineage? You know which lineage I come from? I come from the Gandhi family. I come from the XYZ family. I come from that parampara. These are all empty boasts. These are all empty boasts. It is called shining in reflected glory. This is an English term all of you may be familiar with. Shining in reflected glory. I'm not talking about that. There are some who like to boast about their lineage, about their parampara, about their this and that. I'm not talking about it. In fact, these are very useless people and dangerous people too. But I'm talking about those who truly keep up the lineage, carry the light forward. What does that mean, carrying the light forward? A guru and shishyas. So Adi Shankaracharya started with 4 shishyas. Did he have as many shishyas as some of the most popular so-called gurus have today? Only 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what did the great Adi Shankaracharya see? He saw India. North 1, East 1, West 1, South 1. Okay, done. 4 shishyas. End of story. Not having millions of shishyas who are nothing but a burden on earth. Right? I don't have to tell you. You see around people singing glories. It's pathetic to watch. All I'm trying to say is this lineage that we are talking about here is about a quality lineage. That's how the flourishing happens, the flourishing of knowledge being carried forward by that lineage, who carry the torch forward of light and knowledge. They will flourish. And after leaving the body, because the body is not permanent, the devotee will attain the supreme abode, which is rare even for the gods. What is the supreme abode? Sayujyam, which is merger into Devi's lotus feet. In other words, moksham. That is why even when we go to temples, when we look at the murti, we are first supposed to look at the feet, not at the face. We should go and look at the feet first and then move our eyes up to the face, not from face to feet. First feet. Because that is where moksham lies. So now you can connect that as to why the feet of elders are touched. Why that parampara is there? Why is their head not touched? Right? Because the 2 feet, the right feet is supposed to represent the right foot of Shiva. The left foot is supposed to represent the left foot of Devi, Ardhanarishwara concept. So when you touch both the feet, you get the blessings of Shiva and Shakti both. I don't want to dwell on this too much, but I'm just trying to say, what does it mean? Lotus feet mean here. Getting or attaining the supreme abode means attaining the lotus feet. Such is the eternal blessing received through the grace of Mahamaya. Blessing, eternal blessing. What is the meaning of eternal blessing? Eternal means forever. What is the blessing you want forever? Think carefully. What is the blessing you want forever? If your spiritual goal is moksha, and moksha means never to be born again, and never to be born again means becoming part of Devi, or becoming merged with the divine, Atma with Paramatma. And here Paramatma for us is Durga Devi in Saptashati, merging with Durga Devi, so as not to be born again. That is the eternal blessing. Temporary blessing, born again to enjoy. Temporary blessing, born again to enjoy. And those of you who know accounting, every credit has a debit. Every credit has a debit. So every temporary blessing you want to be born again to enjoy, you will create something during that enjoyment, and not so good. And that will again set the cycle in motion. This life, why am I born? Why am I born? How many people say? Remember, we have had the greatest hands in our own birth. Nobody else. So this eternal blessing we are talking about, Amrutam, Sashwatam, that blessing or that Ashirvadam that is Sashwatam, that is forever, is Moksham. That is the entire endeavor is to done for that. Now those who employ Saptashati for material gains, what will happen? They'll be born again. And that example we see in the last chapter, we'll come to it when we talk of Durga Saptashati, when the Raja and the Vaishya, the merchant, the Raja asks Durga Devi for his kingdom back. After hearing everything, he has not understood. He wants a kingdom back. That's the blessing he wants. He asks, what boon should I give you? What varam I should give you? He says, give me back my kingdom. He could have asked for anything. It is like saying there was a beggar, and suddenly God appeared before the beggar saying, what do you want? You know what the beggar asked? Give me a golden begging bowl. We laugh, but we are no different from the beggar. Huh? We are all beggars in different ways. That beggar will laugh because of the golden ball. What is your golden ball? You beggars, think about it. Me too. I'm included in that. Correct? Now you get the picture. Whereas the Vaishya, he asked for jnanam, knowledge. Knowledge means spiritual knowledge. Spiritual knowledge means moksha. And Durga Devi says, not so easy. Tava jnanam bhavishyati. I bless that you should get in future. You ask kingdom, I'll give you. But moksha, not so easy, Baba. But she does give him because she is the mother. So this is the eternal blessing we're talking about. Now the summary is, the devotee who begins all worship with Devi Kavacham and recites the Chandi with faith becomes radiant. I told you, tejas, prosperous. I told you, victorious. About victory over whom? Your neighbor. You are your greatest enemy. Victory over yourself. His or her lineage, that thoughts, that knowledge, not the empty parampara concepts of pomp and show and the boastful talk, not that, the essence of knowledge will flourish upon this earth, and after this life he or she attains the supreme state of union with the Divine Mother, that is moksha. That is why, dear friends, we do the Yoni Mudra. When we do the Yoni Mudra to Devi, Yoni Mudra is the reproductive organ of Devi. Now, this is not to be seen as a physical reproductive organ, because from her everything emanates, into her everything merges. So she is a creative aspect. The Yoni Mudra is only a figurative way of representing that. And the display of the Yoni Mudra is, I want to attain the Divine Mother's Yoni again. To Devi we say, I want to merge with you. Whenever we show the Yoni Mudra. That's a very simple meaning of that mudra. From that where I emerged, I want to go back. Give me, the mantras are there in SriVidya, talking, Veda mantras are there. Garbham Dehi Sinivali, Garbham Dehi Saraswati, there are mantras. Garbham Dehi, give me the Garbham, give me that womb again. So dear friends, that concludes our Saptashati. We will have a reading of the Saptashati, and then we'll have maybe a few minutes of discussion. Let me stop the sharing. And I'll now pick, there are 51 shlokas, right? So I'll say the first 10 shlokas by Pavana Meenakshi ji, second 10 shlokas by Sunita Manyam ji, third 10 shlokas by Chandana ji, the fourth 10 shlokas by Karthik ji, and the fifth 10 shlokas, 51, right? So 11 shlokas will be done by Revati ji. I hope all of you know your numbers. I'm going to share the screen. All of you please chant along. And I want the chanting to be done not at super speed, not too slow, but at a decent, good quality level, okay? Hold on. Okay, now I request Pavana Meenakshi ji to commence Devi Kavacham.
ॐ अस्य श्रीचण्डीकवचस्य ब्रह्मा ऋषिः अनुष्टुप्छन्दः चामुण्डा देवता अङ्गन्यासोक्तमातरो बीजं दिग्बन्धदेवतास्तत्त्वं श्रीजगदम्बा प्रीत्यर्थे सप्तशती पाठाङ्गत्वेन जपे विनियोगः ॐ नमश्चण्डिकायै ॐ मार्कण्डेय उवाच ॐ यद्गुह्यं परमं लोके सर्वरक्षाकरं नृणां यन्न कस्यचिदाख्यातं तन्मे ब्रूहि पितामह ब्रह्मोवाच अस्ति गुह्यतमं विप्र सर्वभूतोपकारकम् देव्यास्तु कवचं पुण्यं तच्छृणुष्व महामुने प्रथमं शैलपुत्रीति द्वितीयं ब्रह्मचारिणी तृतीयं चन्द्रघण्टेति कूष्माण्डेति चतुर्थकम् पञ्चमं स्कन्दमातेति षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च सप्तमं कालरात्रिश्च महागौरीति चाष्टमम् नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च नवदुर्गाः प्रकीर्तिताः उक्तान्येतानि नामानि ब्रह्मणैव महात्मना अग्निना दह्यमानस्तु शत्रुमध्ये गतोरणे विषमे दुर्गमे चैव भयार्ताः शरणं गताः न तेषां जायते किञ्चिदशुभं रणसङ्कटे नापदन्तस्य पश्यामि शोकदुःखभयं नहि यैस्तु भक्त्या स्मृता नूनं तेषां सिद्धिः प्रजायते प्रेतसंस्थातु चामुण्डा वाराही महिषासना गुरुजी कीळवन् ऐन्द्री गजसमारूढा वैष्णवी गरुडासना माहेश्वरी वृषारूढा कौमारी शिखिवाहना ब्राह्मी हंससमारूढा सर्वाभरणभूषिता नानाभरणशोभाढ्या नानारत्नोपशोभिताः
दृश्यन्ते रथमारूढा देव्यः क्रोधसमाकुलाः शङ्खं चक्रं गदां शक्तिं हलं च मुसलायुधम् खेटकं तोमरं चैव परशुं पाशमेव च कुन्तायुधं त्रिशूलं च शार्ङ्गमायुधमुत्तमम् दैत्यानां देहनाशाय भक्तानामभयाय च धारयन्त्यायुधानीत्थं देवानां च हिताय वै महाबले महोत्साहे महाभयविनाशिनी त्राहि मां देवि दुष्प्रेक्ष्ये शत्रूणां भयवर्धिनी प्राच्यां रक्षतु मामैन्द्री आग्नेयामग्निदेवता दक्षिणेवतु वाराही नैऋत्यां खड्गधारिणी प्रतीच्यां वारुणी रक्षेत् वायव्यां मृगवाहिनी उदीच्यां रक्ष कौबेरी ईशान्यां शूलधारिणी ऊर्ध्वं ब्रह्माणी मे रक्षेत् ददस्तात् वैष्णवी तथा एवं दश दिशो रक्षेत् चामुण्डा शववाहना जया मे अग्रतस्थातु विजया स्थातु पृष्ठतः अजिता वामपार्श्वे तु दक्षिणे चापराजिता शिखां मे द्योतिनी रक्षेदु मामूर्ध्नि व्यवस्थिता मालाधरी ललाटे च भ्रुवौ रक्षेत् यशस्विनी त्रिनेत्रा च भ्रुवोर्मध्ये यमघण्टा च नासिके शङ्किनी चक्षुषोर्मध्ये स्तोत्रयोर्द्वारवासिनी
कपोलौ कालिका रक्षेत् कर्णमूले तु शाङ्करी नासिकायां सुगन्धा च उत्तरोष्ठे च चर्चिका अधरे चामृतकला जिह्वायां च सरस्वती दन्तान् रक्षतु कौमारी कण्ठमध्ये तु चण्डिका घण्टिकाञ्चित्रघण्टा च महामाया च तालुके कामाक्षी चुबुकं रक्षेत् वाचं मे सर्वमङ्गला ग्रीवायां भद्रकाली च पृष्ठवंशे धनुर्धरी नीलग्रीवा बहिः कण्ठे नलिकान्नलकूबरी खड्गधारिण्युभौ स्कन्धौ बाहू मे वज्रधारिणी हस्तयोर्दण्डिनी रक्षे दम्बिका चाङ्गुलीस्तथा नखाञ्छूलेश्वरी रक्षेत् कुक्षौ रक्षेन्नलेश्वरी स्तनौ रक्षेन्महालक्ष्मीर्मनः शोकविनाशिनी हृदयं ललिता देवी उदरं शूलधारिणी नाभौ च कामिनी रक्षेत् गुह्यं गुह्येश्वरी तथा कट्यां भगवती रक्षेज्जानुनी विन्ध्यवासिनी भूतनाथा च मेढ्रं मे ऊरु महिषवाहिनी जङ्घे महाबला प्रोक्ता सर्वकामप्रदायिनी गुल्फयोर्नारसिंही च पादौ चामिततेजसी पादाङ्गुली श्रीर्मे रक्षेत् पादाधस्तलवासिनी नखान् दंष्ट्राकराली च केशांश्चैवोर्ध्वकेशिनी
रोमकूपेषु कौबेरी त्वचङ्वागीश्वरी तथा रक्तमज्जावसामांसान् यस्थिमेदांसि पार्वती अन्त्राणि कालरात्रिश्च पित्तञ्च मुकुटेश्वरी पद्मावती पद्मकोशे कफे चूडामणिस्तथा ज्वालामुखी नखज्वाला अभेद्या सर्वसन्धिषु शुक्रं ब्रह्माणि मे रक्षेच्छायाञ्छत्रेश्वरी तथा अहङ्कारं मनोबुद्धिं रक्ष मे धर्मचारिणी प्राणापानौ तथा व्यानं समानो दानमेव च यशः कीर्तिं च लक्ष्मीं च सदा रक्षतु वैष्णवी गोत्रमिन्द्राणि मे रक्षेत् पशून् मे रक्ष चण्डिके पुत्रान् रक्षेन्महालक्ष्मीर्भार्यां रक्षतु भैरवी मार्गं क्षेमकरी रक्षेद्विजया सर्वतः स्थिता रक्षाहीनं तु यत्स्थानौ वर्जितं कवचेन तु तत्सर्वं रक्ष मे देवि जयन्ती पापनाशिनी पदमेकन्न गच्छेत्तु यदीच्छेच्छुभमात्मनः कवचेनावृतो नित्यं यत्र यत्राधिगच्छति तत्र तत्रार्थलाभश्च विजयः सार्वकामिकः यं यं कामयते कामं तं तं प्राप्नोति निश्चितम् परमैश्वर्यमतुलं प्राप्स्यते भूतले पुमान् निर्भयो जायते मर्त्यः सङ्ग्रामेष्वपराजितः
त्रैलोक्ये तु भवेत् पूज्यः कवचेनावृतः पुमान् इदं तु देव्याः कवचं देवानामपि दुर्लभम् यः पठेत् प्रयतो नित्यं त्रिसन्ध्यं श्रद्धयान्वितः दैवी कला भवेत् तस्य त्रैलोक्येऽप्यपराजितः जीवेत् वरुषशतं साग्रमतमृत्युविवर्जितः नश्यन्ति व्याधयः सर्वे लूता विस्फोटकादयः स्थावरं जङ्गमौ वापि कृत्रिमं चापि यद्विषम् आभिचाराणि सर्वाणि मन्त्रयन्त्राणि भूतले भूचराः खेचराश्चैव जलजाश्चोपदेशिकाः सहजाः कुलजामालाश्च शाकिनी डाकिनी तथा अन्तरिक्षचरा घोरा डाकिन्यश्च महाबलाः ग्रहभूतपिशाचाश्च यक्षगन्धर्व राक्षसाः ब्रह्मराक्षसवेतालाः कूष्माण्ड भैरवादयः नश्यन्ति दर्शनात् तस्य कवचे हृदि संस्थिते मानोन्नतिर्भवेद् राज्ञस्तेजो वृद्धिकरं परम् यशसा वर्धते सोऽपि कीर्तिमण्डित भूतले जपेत् सप्तशतीं चण्डीं कृत्वा तु कवचं पुरा यावद्भूमण्डलं धत्ते सशैलवनकाननम् तावत् तिष्ठति मेदिन्यां सन्ततिः पुत्रपौत्रिकी देहान्ते परमं स्थानै यत्सुरैरपि दुर्लभम् प्राप्नोति पुरुषो नित्यं महामाया प्रसादतः ॐ श्री जगदम्बार्पणमस्तु.
Thank you very much. Very well done, all of you. So that concludes the Devi Kavacham. We took a lot of time, but it was important to set the base for your entire learning for Saptashati and the spirit in which you should be approaching it. Correct? Now, the floor is open in case anyone wants to share anything. Keep it brief and to the point. Okay, looks like no questions. Then we'll just
Guruji,
go back.
this is Anu Guruji. Namaskaram. Guruji, this is such a wonderful, well-balanced explanation and practice. And I really, really appreciate you taking this complete diversion to spirituality along with the physical and the spirituality, the most inner meanings of it. Really, thank you so much for that.
Most welcome. I'm also trying to explore a side of mine which I had not explored before. I also need to grow. So I thought time has now come for me to also, get into a little bit of on this side. But I spent a lot of time to ensure that people learn how to chant properly, because most people are fascinated just to listen to the meaning. And my humble opinion is none of the meaning gets into their system. It is what I call spiritual entertainment. So unless you do sadhana and what I call turning the stone into sponge, otherwise listening to this without doing any sadhana, without doing any chanting, without doing any japam will be like water on a rock. It will just flow off and nothing. You may enjoy the temporary time the knowledge flows over the rock. It may cool you down for some time, but the water will be gone. But if you are a sponge, then the water will be absorbed and retained. For that, it is important to do japam and chanting. So I don't want this to become just spiritual entertainment. I want this to be true sadhana. So we spent several years chanting, doing sadhana. Now I think when the explanations are given, they will be received and stored and contemplated upon. Truly, that was the goal. That's why I took all this time in learning a very solid foundation in chanting properly, because proper utterance of mantras are required, because Durga Saptashati is a mantra. It has to be uttered properly, because we'll also be doing the Navakshari. So when recited with the Navakshari, entire Saptashati becomes a live mantra and should be chanted properly. So we've done a lot of due diligence in that aspect. We continue to do it. Now, if the subject matter is shared in detail, I think time has come for that. Time has come for me also for that. I took my time. You know, unripe mangoes, if they are forcibly ripened, they may look ripe on the outside, but when you eat them, the taste will be. How many people have had that experience of buying a box of mangoes ripened forcefully, and you know how that tastes? I don't have to tell you. So that is a condition of many people. Ripening has to happen naturally. Just jnanam, it doesn't work. Sweetness will not be there. Ripening has to be done through sadhana, chanting. That's my humble belief. Okay. Like I said, for end of the day, if you do walking and running, whether you know the benefits of walking or running, you will get the benefits. So knowing the benefits and not doing anything is a waste of time. And keeping a book at home and not doing anything with it is also a waste. You have to open the book and you have to read it. It's like having a beautiful gym in the house and looking at it daily. Does your body develop? No. But if you look at an ordinary laborer like who's working away in the fields, you'll see a well-developed body, right? They don't have a gym, but they're working all the time. So outer show will not help. You have to employ the body and mind. Yep. So it was enjoyable for me also. And my hardest endeavor is to how to make a complex topic appear simple to you without being overly simplistic. It's a fine balancing act because I need to be able to cater to a wide range of audience. And my concern is more for those who are struggling than for those who are automatically understand. It's always to reach those who are struggling to understand what's going on, whether it is chanting or the meanings. For a long time in my life, I struggled with math because of a very bad foundation. Till I cracked it open myself, trying to understand how math works at a very late stage in my life, actually. And then it was so simple. So for anything, a solid foundation is needed, and then you can build a superstructure. So for every chapter, I'm just saying that have 2-3 simple takeaways from it. And you should be able to encapsulate Devi Kavacham in 2-3 sentences and make full sense of those sentences instead of blabbering and continuing along. Don't try to talk more than 3 sentences about Devi Kavacham, but make all those 3 sentences meaningful. Otherwise, you will have verbal diarrhea, right? So it's important to have very simple understanding, straightforward understanding, keeping ourselves reminded constantly. Why have I been blessed with this body, with these amazing faculties? What am I using them for and what should I be using them for? Simple check every day. Today, what did I hear? What did I speak? What did I see? What attracted me to see? What attracted me to speak? What attracted me to touch? What attracted me to taste? Simple. Self-check. Then you will understand yourself where you are being drawn to. Your 5 horses, where are they being attracted to? You have to understand that first before talking of controlling them, right? Then start one horse after another. Don't go after all the 5 horses. Difficult. Take one horse at a time. Divide and conquer. So you'll put it on track. If your 4 horses are on track, 5th will come on track because the other 4 horses will drag the waywardly 5th on track. Correct? Easily divide and conquer. One by one by one by one by one. All of you know more than me on this subject. All of us know, but we don't do anything. I talked about the beggar with the golden bowl, and I said all of us are beggars, but with different bowls. If Devi came in front of us and said, "What do you want?" all of us will be like that beggar. The first thing will be, my son should get a job, my daughter should get married, my house mortgage should get paid off, My grandson should be born. I'm telling you, all of us have our golden bowls, yes or no? So when we laugh at a beggar, we are no different. Was the point I wanted to drive home. Whether you want to be that. Point to ponder, right? So first become aware. Only when we become aware can we become conscious about it, and then we can work on it. Very good. Thank you so much. Now, I think I'll work with the admins to create a test for Devi Kavacham, and those who get through it will have the initiation in Navakshari. Fair? I've given you a lot of time, right? Can't tell me I have not given you time. You have all the practice videos, technical aspects have been shared, everything is there. So, I'll request Pavana ji and Sunita ji, they are here. So you can, you know what to do, I don't have to tell you. And before this month is over, we should have a list of people for initiation. And then, as you know, every Monday we're going to have the Saptashati class, right? And then we're going to be completing, hopefully, even before Navaratri. But the explanation part of it will continue probably even into 2027, okay? Do you understand? The technical chanting part of it will be completed hopefully by, like this, I say once, twice, repeat 3 times, keep moving on, right? So it will be like reciting Saptashati maybe 4 times, correct? And we are done. So you'll have to do the hard work on learning that. But the meaning part of it will take it aram se. And once I finish completing Saptashati before April, after April, we will have repeat classes by these seniors, okay? So that by October, Navaratri, you are like a gun. Yeah? The moment you say Savarni Surya Tanayo, by the time Savarni Bhavita Manuhu, you have finished it. It will be like that. That's where you will be in October. Okay? Yes, Karthik ji has a question.
Namaskaram, Guruji. Just wanted to know, people who have already been initiated in Navakshari, are they supposed to take the test
No.
again? Okay. Thank you, Guruji.
Yes, Jyotirmai ji.
Can the test be after this video is out, Guruji, because it has all the full chanting, so we get little practice time?
Baba, the recorded video with
That
is the
has
series?
meaning, Guruji. This is a continuous flow. So
Arey
it's
Baba, I
in-
have that also. Have you not yet gone to that listen repeat series of Durga Saptashati?
I tried, Guruji. I couldn't find it.
Unbelievable. Come on. Entire Durga Saptashati, I have chanted like, half a sloka, then the entire team has chanted that, then second half, then the full line, and then at the end, Devi Kavacham fully, like that. Every chapter is there.
I'll check it out.
I don't know. Sunita ji or Pavana ji, can you please post a link in the
Guruji.
Yes,
main
Guruji.
but from XYZ, okay?
Please,
Yes.
thank you.
And also Guruji Guruma chanting is also there. A chapter wise chanting.
It's all there. All there. Your
Thank
only
you.
worry is, should I pick this one? Should I pick that one? Should I pick that one? Should I pick this one? That should be your worry. Not where is it?
Thank you,
It's
Guruji.
there,
Thank you.
Guruji. Even I learned, I started with that because I had joined only from class 3. So I could get all those things with the seniors whom I mentioned.
Exactly. Exactly. It's all there. Don't tell me you can't find Rudram classes, Shamakam classes, Mahanyasam classes, Saptashati classes. 70% of the videos are only them over the last so many years. Okay. Okay, very good. Thank you all. Please keep practicing. All the very best. Namaskaram. Tomorrow we are meeting for Ashwamedham. So slight change. Ashwamedham will be there every Thursday. This Saturday we are recording Mahanyasam Listen Repeat series, but that's at our home. Otherwise, it will be Ashwamedham every Thursday. Mahanyasam, you have the old tutorials Plus, you have to use a listen repeat that we are going to create hopefully this Saturday. And it's for those who already know Vedam very well, who have passed Rudram and all. I'm not saying others should not learn, but if your Rudram is not that great, don't even think about Mahanyasam. Please focus on Rudram. It is number 1 on your list. Master that. Don't be impatient.
Guruji, there was an announcement that there's no Ashwamedham class tomorrow. That is
Who announced it?
1 minute. Ashwamedham
It was
class.
Saturday. Saturday.
Saturday. Okay, sorry.
Thank you for wasting 2 important seconds of my life and your life. Anyway, jokes apart, thank you all.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Take care of your golden bowl. Take care.